I need the phone here. Somebody asked me to do the difference between round pinning and lunging. And if you do one, do you need to do the other? And the answer is absolutely. You need to, good boy, buddy, go out there and get away from me so I can do this little video here without you causing problems. Mr. T's acting very kind of steady and stallion herd here. He's kind of ignoring me. See that prance? He wants to go with Mr. Buddy. I'm about to take him out for a ride, and he's acting okay. Now he just came in and kind of stood next to me like a good boy. Now he just dropped and said, "Good boy." I know, you know what to do. So he's but you can tell he's very jumpy right now. His head's high, and he's like, "Dude, I want to go with Buddy. Why you got me over here?" This is what happens when you don't ride him for a few days. And what I did is I didn't ride him, and now he's all kind of excited, and he's honking, and he's doing that resistance, that proud. That see, he can't stand still. He just can't stand still. I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing there talking on his phone, and he's just kind of walking, saying, "Look, dude, do what you need to do. Let me go. I want to go with my buddy." And again, he's not being herd sour. He's not being barn sour. He's being a horse, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just need to know how to deal with it. And see, he just lightened his load. So that means he's telling me he's ready to, Mr. T, what are you doing? He's like, "Dude, come on, let's get it on. You want some of this?" He is being, it's hard to tell because I'm trying to keep this in his camera and he's so close, but he is being so dominant right now and so displaying behavior that I just don't, somebody would say it's disrespectful. I guess that's one term. I just call he's being a very dominant, kind of steady, kind of stallion-y, kind of, I don't want to mess with you, dude. Do what you need to do. Let's get it on. So it would be very easy for me to get in a fight with this horse right now because of the way his mental thing is. He's just very pushy. So I said, "All right, you know what? I need to lunch him, buddy." But he just hurts. What? Did you see a spider, you big chicken? What are you doing, buddy? I think he just rolled. I didn't see him. He looks all dusty, though. So I think he just rolled. And because he just rolled, he got up and kind of wanted to kick his feet, butt, and come over here and be like, "Look at me. I'm Mr. Strong, powerful." And he's trying to get Tanner's attention. Because if I didn't have Tanner on his lead rope, him running by when a horse runs, it makes other horses run. It makes other horses pay attention. It warns them. They hear the stomping of the feet, so they think, "Is there danger? Why is this horse running? We better herd up." So horses know that. So when they're away from the herd, or you let a horse out, first thing they do is go running and galloping out to the pasture, and they're kicking and they're stretching and they're being flashy and they're saying, "Woohoo! Look at me!" Okay, and that's all just being a typical horse. He's just out here wanting to let everybody know in the herd that he's coming out there. He's trying to get their attention, see if they'll follow him, see who reacts to him. And if you're a human and you see a horse come running up to you and you start, "Oh my God, he's gonna run over me! Oh, he's attacking me!" and you start acting like a lot of these crazy people out here that when a horse runs around them, they go into panic mode because they're so used to being told, "You gotta have a horse respect your space. Don't let a horse be a horse. Don't let him run by you. Don't let him, if they turn their butt, they're gonna kick you." And then they scare the crap out of them. So you got these people running around just basically abusing horses, hitting them and making them respect their space and won't let him be a horse. And then that creates problems because the horse sees that and then he starts reacting to that. Everything we do goes back to the horse. Remember, the horse is a reflection of us. When I pull this camera out and I start filming, because the tone of my voice and because I want to do something and sometimes I got to get on Buddy, that kind of jacks up Mr. T. Mr. T goes, "Yo, man, go back to Buddy. Leave me alone. I'm over here being good. My head's down. Don't mess with me." So let's get back to if you need a lunge or round pin. Round pinning, it teaches you how to use your body and how to control a horse with nothing on his head. And what most people think a round pin is for pushing and chasing a horse, and that's not true. Round pinning is more for communication and having a horse follow and come to you. Teaching a horse to move away from pressure and to come to your draw and to come to your release of pressure. And most people just run around there, chase a horse, get him tired, and they think that's round pinning, and they miss the point. Hi, Mr. T. I know, you're a good boy. So, So round pinning is to teach a horse and communicate, but you're doing it offline, so you kind of give away the control of the head. You take away your ability. See, buddy, smelling Mr. T poop? He's seeing if Mr. T's ready. Now he's going to check where it came from. Oh, look at him. He's going to rub his little face. See, he's going to come over here, and Mr. T's going to be like, dude, don't mess with me. I'm going to get in trouble because Dad's got me. I don't want no problems. Poor Mr. T. I know, your life's so rough. Hi, buddy. Look at this. Where'd you get those cuts? Good grief. Good grief, buddy. So what is the difference between round pinning and lunging? There's a huge difference. And a lot of people who can round pin can't lunge. And a lot of people who lunge can't round pin. Because they're two different things. They take a lot of a different body movement. You got to be able to use your hand. You got to be able to control the horse's head. And I've talked about this in my other videos. In round pinning, you have what's called an inside and outside turn. An inside turn, the horse turns to the inside. He faces you and then goes the other direction. An outside turn is where a horse turns away from you. He faces the outside of the round pin and turns away from you. That's when his butt comes to you. So an outside turn is when the butt faces you as it turns. And a lot of people say, oh, never let a horse put his butt to you. That's disrespectful. Hit that horse. Make him run. And they go in there and they end up just chasing the hell out of a horse because they don't know how to get a horse to do an inside turn, because they don't understand about feel and timing and release and draw. So because they can't get an inside turn, they think their horse is being disrespectful at outside turn, so they just end up chasing the horse until he's tired, until he's so confused that he ends up facing them just out of confusion, probably deciding on whether or not to charge and attack them for getting tired of being chased. And then the people go, there, that's what I want. It's about time you learned. They didn't learn because you don't know. I wasn't talking to you, Mr. T. I know. So anyway, here's lunging. The difference between lunging. When you lunge a horse, you can only get inside turns. This horse, because I have a lead rope and his head, he cannot turn away from me. He can't put his butt to me. I can take his head away. So, but because I spend a lot of time on a lead rope, leading him, loading him, tying him, doing all these things, I need to be able to communicate him when I have a lead rope, and when I go out and catch him in pasture, I have to be able to communicate with him when I don't have a lead rope. So I'm going to just move over here, and Mr. T, of course, is going to follow me because he knows that he's supposed to be following me. Good boy. And he's supposed to be giving me two eyes and keeping that head nice and low, and he knows that. So I'm going to make him move out here, and all I need to do is point in the direction I want to go. I've got this lead rope here. It's in my hand. That's another thing I want to put out. When you hear somebody go, I'm going to go work a horse, let me get my gloves, or you hear someone else who's had horses all their lives, you better get some gloves on before you work. That's a sure sign of somebody don't know how to work a horse. They don't have feel. If you need gloves to work a horse, that means you're grabbing and pulling and fighting with that horse, and that's not good. If you've got feel, timing, and you understand a horse, you don't need no gloves. I don't work with gloves on horses. You'll rarely see me wear gloves unless I have a brand new horse that I know that's going to test me a little bit more, and I'm going to have to use a little bit more pressure. But 99% of the time, you will not see me wear gloves. Now, did I have some burned hands when I was younger and didn't know? Absolutely. Because I was listening to people that said, don't let that horse show you. You better hang on to that horse and show him who's boss. And I end up with burnt hands, and then the old timers would laugh at me and go, damn kid, he'll learn. So you don't need gloves. When you see somebody or a trainer working a horse with gloves, you need to figure out they don't have timing. That's a good clue. Okay, here comes Hollywood messing with the program again. So I'm going to start moving Mr. T out because that'll keep Buddy out. So let me move Mr. T. I'm going to point at him and tell him I want him to go this way, and he should move out. Look at that response. Mr. T, you're making me look bad. See, he's got Buddy coming up, and he's not paying attention to me. Normally, he would move right away, but he's like, uh-oh, Buddy's here. I'm not sure where I want to go. So I'm going to have to get a little bit more assertive with when I'm talking to him. So now I'm going to move my body and point. Let's go. I got a reaction from both of them. Now he's moving. Hear that honking? Okay, so he's moving because my hand's pointing in a direction. My hand's pointing. I'm behind his drive line. Buddy's going to get in his way. He's going to stop. Don't you push Buddy out of the way. So now Mr. T is going, and what I just did there is what's called sending. And now Buddy's going to come right up on me. Go ahead. Go on. I didn't tell you to stop. You can go around, Buddy. Go on. So Buddy's going to get in the program here. Come on, Mr. T. Ignore Buddy. You know how he is. So, Mr. T is still walking around, and I need to be able to control this horse's movement. And again, doing this with one hand is a little bit more difficult. Good boy, Mr. T. Keep going. because I'm going over Buddy. Buddy, you got this whole pasture. Do you really need to mess up? Come here, Mr. T. Let's try to get away from him for a second. And of course, Buddy's going to come. I'm going to kill him. That's it. All right, that's it. Go on. Get going. Go on. Get. You're in big trouble. Get. Don't you kick at me. All right, Mr. T. I'm sorry. Let's try this again. Move out. Okay, so lunging here. I'm moving him to the left, and he's mooring it, and now I'm going to move in front of that drive line, step in front of him. He's going to face me, and I'm going to head him the other way. I got to switch his hands here so I can get the right hand, because I always want the hand pointing to the head. This teaches a horse to follow his head. This teaches a horse to give to pressure. This is going to follow up when I get on him, and I'm working with him on his back. He's going to learn how to be light on the rein. Watch when I pick this rein up and take his head away. Very lightly. I didn't have to pull. I didn't need gloves. Good boy, Mr. T. I know. You're okay. Ignore Buddy. He's being a little Hollywood trying to get in the movie here. This is going to help him. So I'm going to move Mr. T out again. I'm going to point at him, make my direction real clear. He's not really listening here. I'm going to point at him and go this way. And there he goes. And again, you don't see me holding this rope. You don't see me pulling because I want my horse to be soft. If I had gloves on and be pulling and tugging and getting in a damn war with this horse, then he would be strong. Even though he's honking, I don't know if you can hear that on the camera, and even though he's trying to tell me, dude, all I've got is his hand here. And you can tell by the way, okay, he stopped and looked at me because I'm talking to you and I'm trying to keep him in focus and I wasn't giving him enough attention, so I'm going to let him come in. And then I'm going to go ahead and move him out to the other way. And again, this is really important. The difference between this is I'm controlling him on a rope. Move out that way, Mr. T. And again, you see my hand, how I'm holding this rope. I'm not tugging and fighting this horse. He's got to keep a slight rope on there. And watch when I take this slack out. Watch how you hear him honking. Boy, he is just full of himself this morning. There he goes. He stopped honking. He's still got his tail a little excited. And now watch when I take this slack out of this rope how he stops. See, he knows when I tell you I'm going to do something, because I'm thinking about it, I make these changes in my body, and he does it before I do it. Now, he just turned his head away when I went to go get that fly, and I didn't like that. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about that, about stopping the wrong answer. He moved away from me when I went from that eye. I don't want that. And a lot of people will grab this and pull and show him who's boss. I don't want to do that. I want to prevent and go to the other side of that head and touch the other eye. I want to prevent him from being able to move away. I want to get him in the front of me and move this eye, and then I'm going to reach around underneath him and touch his other eye. And I'm going to tell him that you're not supposed to be moving. But I'm not going to grab this rope and show him who's boss and start yanking around on him. I'm just going to let him know that he needs to pay attention to me. And now he's paying attention to me and give me both eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and send him out to the left here. Hey, pay attention. Okay, now he's moving. I don't know if you can tell, he's moving much better. He stopped his honking because I've moved him a little bit, and well, there he goes. He's going to get excited again. He's moving to the end of this rope a little bit here, and that's okay. And now I've got him at the end of the rope there. And if you don't think this horse could pull away or rip this out of my hand, you're crazy. But he's not doing that because I have timing and feel. Watch me take this slack out of this rope and watch him stop. That's all it took. Because he knows, because I stopped my movement. And that's controlling him on a lead line versus a round pin. And then what you need to do is you need to be able to send your horse between things. You saw me send him between a Buddy. And sending is really important because I have to be able to control my horse and send him to different things. So I'm going to use this fence over here and send him 13 and a half. I got a minute and a half here. All right, Mr. T, let's go over here. Oh, here comes Buddy again, trying to mess up the program. I'm going to send him by this fence. Okay, and now I'm going to turn him. And now I'm going to make him come back between me and this fence. Come on back over here. And I'm sending him this way, and Buddy just got in the way. Go ahead, push him out of the way. Good boy. There you go. I know. It's okay. Back up. Back. And sending a horse is important because that tells me I can get him between me and pressure. This fence right here is a pressure. So I've shortened a gap. But he needs to listen when I send him between things. I want him to go between me and this fence, turn, and face me. Hey, I can't do that and keep him in camera. Come here. So I have to bring him back and send him this way. Go on. I don't care where Buddy's at. Pay attention to me. And I don't know if you can hear that honking, but he's very steady right now. So now I'm going to use this trash can here, And I'm gonna send him. Buddy's really about to irritate me, following him around back. Go on, get out here. Pay attention to me. Buddy, I'm gonna kick your butt. Get out of here. It's alright, Mr. T. You need to pay attention to me, not Buddy. Get going. I'm gonna turn up the heat here and get this horse moving. So I'm 15 minutes. I gotta go.